Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, YouTube. I'm hard to hear. Let me know. Try not to get too loud because it's early in the morning. People in the house are still sleeping, so don't want to wake them up. Darn, I gotta go get my water. Problem live. It's good to have my water. I get dry sometimes. It's a long meditation to not drink anything. All right, so I needed you this morning. Definitely started off with social media right when I wake up. Totally messes up all my biorhythms. We got a lot going on. Black Lives Matters blossoming again, and so it's just a lot of stress because obviously I'm black. Black in the way they mean black. Slaves brought here 8 generations ago. God, we were brought in on some of the original slave ships. We have the genes that go through Madagascar, so we were definitely slaves, descended from slaves, and we own this country more than a lot of people, Italians, Irish, whatever, because we were brought here before. It's not about owning. Sorry, see, I get into that weird mindset. It's just the fact that we weren't immigrants. We were brought here, you know, and never treated right, never apologized to properly by society. One or two off people, great, but society, American society, American culture hasn't apologized. Germans have apologized for World War II, less time than slavery, yet Americans, culture can't apologize in that way. It's uncomfortable, but it killed some of us and some of them too. But it's amazing. It's amazing, the human experience. So I'm a healer. I am not a fighter. I have emotions like everybody else. Try and be a pacifist, but what can you say? So I needed you today. I really needed you today. Hopefully you needed this. So I'm Trey, Broken Path Shaman. You can find me on, YouTube and Twitter. Mainly on YouTube. Reverse that. I'm saying the opposite of what I want. You mainly find me on Twitter. I use YouTube to just store the videos, doing daily meditation and shamanic rituals. I'm a pagan shaman, so put in some shamanic rituals as I deem them appropriate. This is new to me, sharing my practice. So if you can imagine, I don't have it all down, but the goal of this first year for me is really to put all the little pieces in place, flesh them out, because I've been doing this practice on my own for decades. But the issue is I've never tried to share it, and I was just called to share it. So that's what I'm doing. And as a shaman, when you're called, it's more like when you're a kid and your parents pick you up and say, hey, you got to get out of bed, pour water on you or whatever, but you got to get up, you got to go to school. That's kind of how I feel sometimes with the spirits. They're like, here, there's a message. Okay, spend a lot of time not meditating. We're going to meditate today. It's not a guided meditation. It's just where we sit together. I want to share space with you and watch the divine awaken in you. It's just meditation brings it all about. I'm going to do 3 poses for about 10 minutes, and I set a timer so we can respect our time. So you'll hear little bowls go off. First posture that I like to meditate in, and I just do, today will be a silent meditation, but the first posture in Sanskrit, and I probably won't pronounce it right, I'm sure, is Vajrasana, and that's a thunderbolt pose. So I'm on my knees in kind of like a kneeling praying position, and we'll namaste it. So namaste, let's get this going. I'll keep you posted, but just breathe. Come to this space with intent. And just, if you haven't already, start your meditation. Just really bring that intent to the moment. Mine is to heal the world, it's always, and to be the change that I want to see. Hence, my change jar, where first thing is love and be loved. and there's a video on how to make your own change to her. But be the change you want to see, right? It's just that easy. So my focus is healing the world and reminding myself that I am the change I want to see. Just a reminder, if something comes up for you, just let it flow, let it happen. Burps, belches, farts. We are the tempest in the teacup. So we just finished our 10-minute about a little bit ago. I'm gonna switch into a second posture. It's a Baddha Konasana, a bound ankle pose. I call it a butterfly posture. It's and remember to get out of the first posture slowly because your legs have been in there for a long time and need the blood to flow. So just be gentle with yourself. But this bound ankle pose, I like to put the soles of my feet together and just kind of hold them with my hands and let my shoulders drop. I've had some bad sciatic pain for over a month now, so I can't do that posture. but I modify it. So this is just my time to tell you, modify your postures if you can't get to them, if you can't make them, if you can't do them. Don't hurt yourself. Listen to your body. If it's talking to you saying something hurts, then don't do that. Try and find a different way to get a similar sensation, or just try and find a different way to show up, right? It's fine. You don't have to be perfect every time, right? So when I modify, I try and drop my shoulders away from my ears and lengthen my spine as much as possible so that the crown rests right on top. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just get into a position that feels comfortable and continue to breathe. It's just my timer. Reminders on my phone. Like to remind us to smile. Stretches some of the most courageous muscles in our body. Now I'm kind of looking up because I'm looking at the top of a tree. Putting the crown at the top of your spine is not looking up necessarily. Just told to address that. My neighbor's about to drive this classic beetle, classic bug, I should say. It's about to get loud in here. That hurts too. All right, I'm gonna stand because my body's not allowing me to do the other moves, but we're almost done with this last 10 or second 10 minutes anyway. I'm gonna get into the Pranamasana, a mountain pose namaste posture. So it's mountain pose and it's hands together in prayer. But I like to remind you that while we're in this mountain pose, to kind of stretch. So you're going to stretch up for the sky, reach high, but also ground down through your feet to the roots and just feel bringing those two together as you stretch out, right? Laptop doesn't have the best camera, so the studio, or I need a studio, working on it next year. Maybe I'll Patreon it, get some help with the budgeting or finances. Heal the world.
May this Reiki be for the good of all, for the harm of none. If it is not needed, may it nourish the earth. right. Well, that is the end of today's meditation. Thank you for joining. I'm running behind because I took too much time, so we're going to call this an end. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can do a meditation every day, whatever you can do, it doesn't have to be this long. It can be shorter or it can be longer. But if you do, maybe share it with me. That'd be great. Thanks. Oh yeah, share it with me on BP_shaman on Twitter. BP_shaman, Broken Path Shaman.